Yeah, it brings people to their page, but I mean, it's a far stretch. And so that's the thing, to put this on the bloggers, it's kind of like, to me, you're now saying the cart came before the horse because you were involved in this. So I have a problem with the statement, but what causes this statement? What causes it? Because I will stand by Teresa, and it's not a negative. She cares about money. She cares about her job because it brings her a ton of money. She cares about her kids. She cares about Louis's kids. She cares about Louis. She cares about Louis's family, period. She may have a few close friends that she cares about as well. I can guarantee you all these RHONJ people that she's gotten to do her dirty work for her are not her friends. So she cares about her family and about keeping her job for a gazillion dollars a year. So what would motivate this? Do I think Teresa is so outraged at what's going on online that she can't handle it? The girl that was involved in this, the girl that went to jail, the girl that flipped a table? No, I don't. She has seen a lot of things in her time. We all know the rumors apparently about Joe Gorga when he was a teenager. I mean, Teresa has seen a life, okay? So we all know Dolores is from Patterson. Well, let's not forget Teresa's from down the street. So I don't believe she's so outraged by this. Also, when she starts to say it's affected all of us and our cast and our families and they're attacking our children, our businesses, I mean, am I in the twilight zone? Because you just said on air, and Melissa's old nose had more information about this on yesterday's show about some DMs she received from Teresa back in the day. Teresa said on the show, though, we all watched it 2 weeks ago, I hate Margaret. She doesn't dislike Margaret. She doesn't want Margaret off. She says, I hate Margaret. She hates Margaret, hates for trying to bring down Louis. So I don't know how you can hate someone and yet be so concerned for Margaret's family at the same time. Now, everyone is going to say, oh, Margaret is paying you and blah, blah, say whatever you want. I cannot like any of them because I truly don't actually. Although I do like Jackie and I don't know Fuda and I don't know Cabral. So this statement doesn't even make sense because you're not concerned with anyone's family or fear. It's you. You are afraid. So to me, Teresa would issue a statement like this for two reasons. One, people are really attacking Gia. People are at Gabriella's school at University of Michigan bothering her over the show. And her daughters are being bombarded, and she is pleading with the American public to leave her children alone. That doesn't seem to be what's happening to me. But that is one situation where I could see Teresa saying, I no longer care about myself. I will make a statement, anything to get this to stop because I care about my children more than myself. Same thing with Louis, although Louis can handle himself. So that's one situation I can see Teresa leaving a statement like this. Another situation, and to me, the only other situation is that she is afraid for her job. $2 million. She is afraid. I mean, as would I be. Okay. I lose one sponsor, I lose this, I lose that. When the whole kit and caboodle is going away, I would say I truly actually see the writing on the wall. I don't care anymore about my pride. I don't care anymore about statements. Some crisis management person tell me what to do. Although I think I could handle my own crisis management better than someone else, but it's another skill of mine. But tell me what to do and I'll do it. I think the only thing that would cause her to make this statement is A, someone is really bothering her children in a way that's affecting one of the kids or all the kids, or B, you are actually afraid of losing your job for the first time ever. And I believe it is that. I do not believe that out of nowhere, after this toxicity has been going on for the whole season, for 14 seasons, Kathy and Melissa and people being charged, all of a sudden, the blogger stuff is, I do feel this was a manipulative post to try to get her castmates on her side to come together and say, we're a family. And those bloggers are the little people. And I believe it was thinking that Margaret and Fuda and Melissa and everyone would be on her side and say, you're right, Teresa, good for you. Fuck all the bloggers. That is not what happened. But I believe that that is the angle of this. And I believe the real angle is to show that she is not toxic and she wants love, 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 as she says. And when Bravo is making that decision, which I think is a long time away, that she is fearful for the first time for losing this job. The job or the children, those, I don't care. You can disagree, but I don't. Let's just boil it down. This is an honest conversation here. This isn't the other podcast. These are the real conversations. What would motivate someone? They're so outraged they're going to leave this statement. No, you wouldn't care about it. And I think the lawyer is like, you should be worried. And then he's worried because it's his cash cow. Because I mean, I don't think he has anything else going on at this point. Although he was representing Angelina Pivarnik. I love Angelina. Such a good girl. I love that Angelina. Jersey Shore, man. Now that's a show to watch. But that's what I believe. Which, if that's the case, then I feel that's even more arrogant. It's even more arrogant because, and I don't blame her. I blame Bravo. You know, I've always said I think Teresa is the most powerful housewife, and I do. I think the person the least likely of ever losing their job is her. You look at someone like Vicky, who never did this. Well, she was not in the with bloggers and this and paying and private eyes, but when Vicky became too much for the show, they fired her. When Dorinda overpowered the show and you couldn't get a word in edgewise and she made the poor innocent Tinsley cry, she was fired. When you overpower a show and it is not an ensemble, you get fired. The icon, an actual icon amongst us, that is Lisa Rinna, happened to her. And Kyle knows better. Kyle is the ideal housewife. If I want to give an award, I always give the award to Luann. I need to give Kyle an award for how to play the game. I feel she does open up. Yes, there are things that are, I mean, is she with Morgan? Is she not? But we've seen a lot from Kyle over the seasons. Love her or hate her, Kyle would never do this. Beverly Hills, where they have actual money and actual lives, they film, they leave it on the floor. Yes, we had some bots and all of that, but the people that, for the majority, just show up, do the job, and leave it on the cutting room floor. So Kyle is probably I think, the second most powerful housewife. I think she's needed to keep the whole train running, but I don't think, arrogant. It's like what I say, and I say this about myself. I am humble enough to know that I can be replaced, but I am confident enough to know that I am A, great at this job, and B, nobody does it like me. Okay, all the others, everyone's different. I don't need to look at any competition because no one has my mind. No one thinks the way I do. No one says it like I do. And everyone should feel that way when they walk into the workplace. Everyone that does what I do should feel that way about themselves. They don't. They worry about the competition all day. So I am very confident that I am phenomenal at this job, sitting here behind the microphone. But I am completely humbled to know that this could go away at any point. Any point, and I don't take it for granted for 1 minute. Not one. I think that Teresa has lost sight of that. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. They made her the most powerful. They paused the show when she went to jail. I say it all the time. Teresa's not going to be fired. I still kind of feel that way. We'll get into that more. But I mean, I don't know. She might be, but I still think it's not likely or it's not definite. And so I feel that the 100% that I used to say that Teresa would never lose her job, for me, is not 100% anymore at all. And I feel, I mean, I've been there for weeks. The whole cast has been there for weeks, understanding what Andy is saying, rebrand, this and that. And so to me, it's like, are you dumb? Are you truly that dumb that you haven't realized what's going on for the past 11 weeks while this has been airing? Or are you just arrogant and not understanding